Y'all can't see him on screen. But in the famous words of the Notorious B.I.G., he said, fuck the state pen, fuck hoes at Penn State.
We don't need to know who Jayden's mom is.
40, right? So she still thinks she out to try. That's why she's trying to be in the limelight. She thinks she John Moran.
Yeah, so,
but at the end of the day, you know, you are not Tasha Mac. Every time YouTube, I'm gonna open up a little bit. We fixed it
because you got that you on your that you on your head. That's why it's acting up.
Hey, you don't stand for UHF. You know what I'm saying? That stands for the TU, BE, 2, and the YO. We trying to get over there. I guess we in for a good show because Tank already getting slick. Matter of fact, let me just introduce everybody. Tank, tell the people hello since you already running your mile. It's football season now. Football season. You want to talk noise? You gonna get introduce him first because he already active. He's already active.
Welcome to your week. Welcome to your Jazz.
Welcome to your weekly dose of No Jazz. We stand for not just another sports show. I am your host, KD, and you already heard from, no pun intended, but heard from Tank. Don't be talking about the you. Don't be talking about the you. I'd like to welcome everybody to the #1 podcast on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. Running a little behind. We had a little technical difficulties, as I told you all before, but we ain't gonna we won't harp on that. You know, we're very positive around here. We're just gonna keep it going. But as we always do around this time, it is Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. Between 10 and 10:15. If you watching us, you know you watching the No Jazz Show. It stands for not just another sports show. Now, we're gonna get into some sports topics and some entertainment topics like we always do. If this is your first time here, I want to thank you for joining us, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you to all of our new followers and subscribers over the past weekend. I think we jumped on about 5, and that was good. You know, I was telling Tank,
welcome people, welcome.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Welcome people, welcome to coming to us YouTube, and you can also find us on the Kick stream as well as TikTok stream live. We are live also on the Twitch stream. Check that out. It's getting a little fancy for us over there, but you know, we're gonna figure out how to toggle between both of them, you know, and get off of this old-fashioned way as we go into cycle 3 of our broadcast and podcast, into doing what we love, and let's talk about sports, let's talk about entertainment, and let's talk about people who do some crazy stuff, or some good stuff, or some dynamic stuff, fantastic stuff, you know, whatever it may be. But before we get into all of that, we want to make sure you all know where to find us. You can find us on Facebook on the link of RUSSELLTANKER on Russell Tanker. You can find us on the link of the Locker Room, LOCKER Locker Room on Facebook. We're also on a link on our friends page. Yeah, on our friends page on No Jazz. That's lowercase NOJASS. And then on our business fan page, uppercase No Jazz NOJASS. Also find us on TikTok under the same score, NOJASSSHOW, on X at NOJASSHOW. I think I said enough S's. All right. You can also find the link on my own personal page, DUPONTZNIVEK. If you got some information that you want to send us, business, share some information, you want to do all you want to do, you can reach us at NOJASSHOW@gmail.com. All business related items and all commentary you can find us there. And also don't make sure, if you want to interact with us right now, join us live on the chats on all the platforms that I told you about. Now, moving right along, we want to get into the people that pay for this thing. Get into our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors. And for all your food delivery needs, make sure you go to Light Snack, LYTESNACK. For all your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all your delivery needs, make sure you order from Light Snack. When you order from Light Snack, make sure you order those Magic City wings from Light Snack, where they have fries. I think they got some tortillas now. I'm not sure, but I saw that on the little menu. But definitely got the wings, and don't forget their motto, don't forget to lick the sauce. And when you order that food, sometimes you might want to lounge around and wear something comfortable for you and your lady, and y'all just enjoying y'all night for some movies. Make sure you get us something comfortable and some little lingerie gear or some little sportswear, and make sure you go to QUIKVISITS, that's quickvisits.com. And when she's lounging and you mess up her hair, make sure, if you want to get those bundles, they got the 3 bundles deals. What's going on, Rap? They got the 3 bundle deal going on at Bliss Brazilian. That's BLI. I got way too many S's. I got a plethora of S's. But you know what? I'm a rattler and we strike. So that's probably why I got all these in my vocabulary right now. But as I was saying, go to blissbrazilian.com for all your bundle needs. And finally, last but not least, vaultaquaticfloatpay.com for all of your engagement, whether it be lunch, dinner, office engagement, or a date. Make sure you go to vaultaquaticfloatpay.com and download or upload, whichever one it is, that plug card. That plug card allows you and your friends, if you all want to split that bill, you can have it on toast if you don't want to. But if you want to split that bill down 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, you go ahead and do that. And don't have to worry about having to catch up with your friend and cash out me and Venmo me and Zelle me all that money. You have to worry about getting it a week later. Make sure you get that plug card. And there's a new feature on the plug card. If you are the type of person that wants to pay for that dinner or lunch or whatever, and you want to put it on your own card and get your points, go ahead and pay for that dinner. And you can automatically send that receipt, scan to the plug card, upload it, and it will automatically email or text all of your friends that's at dinner at that time, their portion of that check. Boom, they send you that money right back in your escrow account. Now, without further ado, it's time. Let's get into the court. Now, you ready to go? You can call it Act 3, but we on Act 3 of this show. Now, I want to get
quick too.
Go ahead.
It's going by quick too. We already hit 3.
Man, we're almost at the anniversary. Maybe we might have to do an anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Might have to do an anniversary episode. We might have to, man. Now, I want to get into this though, because I want you to listen to everything I say.
Okay.
All right. The Los Angeles Lakers have new ownership. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, they have new ownership. They are acquired by the Disney CEO Bob Iger. Is it Iger?
I think it's Iger.
It is Iger. I said it right the first time. And Josh Kushner. They have the controlling stake from Mark Walter as the $12.5 billion valuation. They have new ownership. Now, the first topic and question of the evening is Lakers being the Lakers and having this new ownership. Will their presence in the NBA and will their marketing and will everything that we know the Lakers to be since Jerry Buss had ownership up until now, will that change now that it's under new ownership? Tank, what you think about that?
I think it's definitely going to change. I hate to see a team franchise get sold when a family has had it for so long. because just before he died, he had it set up in a trust. He had it set up so that it would always be, it was supposed to be with the family forever. And now seeing that it's gonna be particularly with a Kushner, and we know about the Kushners because we know who they hang out with. That just stinks to high heaven to me. I think the whole thing is gonna change. I think the whole model is gonna change. I think it's gonna be all about profit, not wins. I think that the only way they're gonna dive in to try to actually win games is if someone shows them, hey, if we win, this is how much more money we're gonna get. But if they can make the same amount of money and not be successful, I don't think it will bother them, because when you own a franchise, ideally you should be a sports guy. You should be a sports person. You should be someone who wants to win and not just own it and not make money from it. That's one thing that the Lakers have always done. They made money, but they won, and their name means something. I think, and it shines brightly. Now, I think with it being sold, no longer under the bus umbrella, and particularly again with Iger and with Kushner involved, I think the whole Laker brand, I think the whole thing has been tarnished. And I don't think that they're going to operate the same. I don't think they're going to go out and try to get the best of the best. I don't think they're going to be trying to pay people as much money as they possibly should in order to win, because I think they're going to be all about making money, and that's it. Hey, we're in LA. We're number one. As long as we keep this money coming in, who cares if we aren't winning? It's not like the Clippers are going to ever be the big ticket in town. So yeah, I don't think it's good for the team or the franchise. And I don't think that it's good for the league either. Some people are just business people, period. They aren't sports people. And you can tell if a team is run by a sports guy or a business person only or primarily. And that's in all sports. And you can see that by the product and by what kind of team you field. And so yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of the Lakers. And who knows, maybe LeBron knew something was up, and that's why he said, yeah, I'm finna get up out of here.
Hey man, first of all, let me start here, man. I'm a Lakers fan, and I have to respectfully disagree. I have to respectfully disagree with everything you said. And I believe what you said was patterned after Kush. Now, and I don't think you were thinking about sports when you said what you said. And here's why. I have to respectfully disagree as a Lakers fan. And here's where I'm coming from with this. Jerry Buss was not a sports guy. He was not when he purchased the Lakers. He came in and created the wave of entertainment in order to build the NBA and the Lakers as an entertainment entity. And the thing that you forgot is you got to have respect for the team. And I believe ownership still has respect for the 17 championships that they have. I believe that the ownership is still going to say this legacy and this history that we're selling in order to get you in here, we're still going to attempt to field not only the entertainment aspect of this team, but the winning aspect of this team. LA is still a draw. I don't think you thought about the fact that we have the LA Dodgers, the LA Rams, the LA Chargers, all who are going to make an impact in LA and win some championships. LA is not that far removed from a World Series championship nor a Super Bowl championship. One thing about the Lakers, other than being the Clippers' big brother, is they have never wanted to look like the second fiddle, or excuse me, play second fiddle to any other team in the Los Angeles area. I do believe ownership is going to look at all of that. Ownership is going to look at all of those statues outside of that. I forgot what they call it now. Still so used to calling it the Staples Center.
Staples, yeah.
It's a 3 column or something. But anyway, I'm still going to respect, regardless of what has gone on in the past 5 seasons, they're going to respect who the purple and gold is. And even outside of LA, we have 3 major cities. I'm going to say city-states, but cities that control all of sports viewing. You got New York, you got the Texas area, and you got Los Angeles. I don't think what just happened in New York, they're feeling that. Everything outside of the New York tri-state area, that boy went over there to Philadelphia. Yes, he did. You still have their rival Boston, who's going to always fill some level of a gap nationally if they're trying to win championship. The NBA does not survive unless those 2 brands are winning. I think they're going to respect that. And to go along with that, you have the big rat. Disney, baby. Disney. Hold on. Is Disney a part of Marvel?
Marvel's part of Disney, yeah.
Okay. Let's not play around with them boys now.
Yeah.
Them boys are not.
Iger is not still Disney.
But he came from that DNA. He knows how to build that stuff. He's not going to forget what the big rat did for him and what he did for the big rat simultaneously. I'm just saying. That's why I don't think there may be an expectation of the Lakers based on legacy, but I don't think they're going in there to become the Harlem Globetrotters either. That's just me.
It's going to be interesting to see over the next few years. And the fan base is going to be loud and vocal if things aren't going the way they think they ought to be going, especially if they see, hey, in the past, this is what we would have done. Now, why are they doing things this way? Because they're going to put all their own people in there. And depending on what their true goal is, those are the type of people they're going to get there.
Remember the goal. Remember this goal first and foremost. The Lakers are second to the Boston Celtics. Second in NBA championships. 18, 17. They are not about to let that number get past 19. They don't play around. Cowboys, we'll get to them. But I'm saying, like, in certain franchises, you start getting a little too far ahead, we need to do some dealing. We'll go pluck somebody. We'll go pluck the best. They will go pluck that young man out of San Antonio if they have to.
Yeah. We're going to see.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Let's see how things are looking, I'd say, in 3 years.
All right. Now, moving right along. Well, no, the song was called The Fat Boys Are Back. But they need to call it The Homeboys Are Back. Because there was a young man in his draft, and he said, I would love to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. That's my hometown team. And unfortunately, Denver got him. Right? Denver got him. Mm-hmm. Then he became a star, won a Super Bowl, even beat the son of quarterback. No, he beat the quarterback who was the son of a former Cowboys player who wanted to be a Cowboy himself. Then he became a free agent. He was hoping that the Cowboys got after him. Right? They didn't. Now, the crazy part about what I'm about to say is this. I'm not talking about Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett ain't played in no Super Bowls yet. Hey, and I don't mean to go back, but you see what's happening over there. We're going to get to the Rams, and you really think the Lakers going to let them shine? At any rate, I'm talking about Von Miller, baby. Von Miller got the phone call the other day, and he's finally coming home to play for the Dallas Cowboys and their new Doomsday Defense. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm calling it out already. I'm calling it out already. It's about to be some noise talking this year.
Your delusions of grandeur. Typical Cowboy fan.
And
Year 31 loading.
the question is Von Miller a mercenary for hire, or will he be productive in the advancement of the Cowboys to the NFC Championship game? I'm not going. I don't talk Super Bowl. I don't do that. I don't do that. To the NFC Championship game. What you think, Tank? I don't do that.
They're hoping, in a nutshell, they're hoping that he can do for them what DeMarcus Ware did for them. And as far as getting to a Super Bowl.
Hold on.
Late.
Hold on.
They're hoping that he can get them to a Super Bowl. Help get them to a Super Bowl.
You better stop.
That's why they got him.
Hold on, Tank.
It's not happening.
Did I hear you right?
Uh-huh.
I like DeMarcus Ware, former Cowboy.
Yeah.
But who was in there with DeMarcus on Denver when?
Yeah, Vaughn was there.
Oh,
yeah, Vaughn was there.
So you saying DeMarcus do for them? No.
Getting DeMarcus helped get them over there because that helped free Vaughn up. Vaughn didn't have to see as many double teams because you had somebody else there. And Vaughn himself has said that DeMarcus did a lot as far as helping him learn his game, improve his game.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't like the way you stated it because that seemed like I think
he had to go there. He had to go there to get him a ring. But
I think that statement you made was more for Ndamukong Suh for Aaron Donald than DeMarcus Ware for Von Miller. Now, come on, I don't do Von like that. Really?
No, I think his presence is what helped because, and Von has said it himself, he didn't have to worry about getting double teamed every play because he had somebody else on the other side who was also getting a little heat off of him. Because he never had somebody else on the other side before who was actually a threat. And he got a hungry DeMarcus also. So Vaughn is coming there, and I'm sorry, at the advanced age of 37,
I knew
he
that
can
when
hit the wall.
I knew that
he can hit the wall at any moment, and he's not going to be there as a starter. He's going to get his production last year. He was healthy for those 17 games. He started 3. He did give him 9 sacks, and he gave him 20-something tackles. Is that the type of production that the Cowboys need in order to get over the hump? No. That's not the type of production that's going to get that defense over the hump.
Hold on.
No, that's not Vaughn coming straight out of Texas.
We're not asking Vaughn to do that, though. You got all them young bucks. All we need Vaughn to do is presence, locker room presence. Tell them boys how to be professionals. Come on now. Don't be coming in here trying to 37-year-old. No. You hear him, Vaughn?
He is. That 37 is gonna hurt them. I don't understand why they did it. I mean, you always paid this money to Quentin Williams.
Thank you.
Let's see what he does. And now Jared just picking up pieces.
Can you leave Quentin by himself?
Quentin from 4 or 5 years ago can handle things by himself. That the one year he played like a top 5 pick. He hasn't done that since. Quentin is expected and they're hoping did they get 2021 Quinnen? Because everything they've gotten from Quinnen since has not been first round top 5 pick.
He
Quinnen.
getting to know he was getting to know a new program. You know, it take a year or two.
Quinnen is what, 30 now? You don't have time for that. He has only produced 1 year where you would say, hey, I know why he was a first round pick. I know why he was top 5 pick. And now you bringing in a 37-year-old who's going to look and say, what can I do to help? Because he's got to improve it. Your defense was last or in the top or the bottom 29 or 29th every major category in defense last year. Your defense was historically horrendous against the run, against the pass, points allowed. It was terrible. A 37-year-old Von Miller is not going to upgrade that defense. And you talk about those young boys, they were young last year. They did nothing. They didn't look like they knew what they were doing on the football field. And that's evidenced by all their points.
New defense, though.
With the same old people.
With a new coordinator.
With the same old people. With the same part.
What you mean the same old people? No, they don't. What you talking about? You acting like Trayvon Diggs still over there.
Hey, we're going to see. But, I mean, I think Von Miller's name is bigger than what his impact will be. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's great that they picked him up. I would be more inclined to say, hey, that's a good pickup if that defense was at least middle of the pack last year, and like, hey, his veteran presence might be something we can use to go up a few notches. They are here. They're at the bottom. What Von Miller did last year is going to raise them slightly above the bottom.
And who finished in 2004-2005 season? Who finished second in the AFC North at 9-7?
You said 2004-2005.
Yeah, who finished second?
In NFC North?
In the AFC North.
AFC North. Pittsburgh.
Y'all might have finished first.
Pittsburgh finished second in 05 because that's when we won the Super Bowl.
That's 05.
04 we finished first. We finished first in 04.
Y'all finished first in
04 we finished first. 05 we finished second.
A good guess would probably be Baltimore, right?
Baltimore. Yeah.
That's an astounding guess. You know who was 37 years old playing for that team? Prime Deion Sanders, prime time.
Yeah, he had no impact.
He was in the nickel, and that's all he needed to be. That's all he needed.
He had no impact. They didn't do anything.
Tell me a 37-year-old can't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. They moved him to safety. He didn't do anything. What did that team do in those 2 years?
They didn't need him to. They didn't need him to.
If you're bringing in somebody of that age with that type of reputation, you want production out of them.
No, you don't.
Well, we don't need you. Yes, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't bring them in.
You want intimidation. You want presence. You want
production.
No, you want a dude that got enough reps. He gonna look across that line and he gonna tell that young boy, hey, I done seen that quarterback. When the quarterback put his thumb behind his back and he don't check off this way, that's this. That's what you want. You want that.
You ask him to be a coach because he's not gonna play. He's only gonna play maybe 10 snaps a game.
Okay. We want somebody in there with a mental attitude that understands. I got
10 snaps.
I see you, young man. You look like I used to look when I was 23. Let me show you how to do this. Come on.
Yeah, and also, none of those young men, as you want to call them, have the physical ability that Von Miller did at that age.
He's
There's
not
a reason why.
doing that.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why most of the time great players don't make good coaches, because they don't understand why everybody can't do what they do.
He's not a coach though. He a teammate.
That's what you are basically asking him to do when you say, "Hey, we just need him to do this."
A coach has to come up with a game plan, set up plays, boys to get to the meeting on time.
You're asking him to mentor guys. You're asking him to mentor guys and say, "Hey, instead of being 30 this year like you were last year, can you be good enough to be 30?"
No, it's a game of inches. Do you know? Do you? How many games are won and lost by one simple mistake that somebody that really understands the game can say, all you needed to do was put your hand in the dirt this way and turn that way, and that could have changed the whole thing and changed the outcome of a game. Just something as simple as that.
Y'all had 17 weeks. Y'all had 17 weeks of mistakes that led you all to have only 7 wins. Is not going to change y'all.
We did not have anybody in that locker room that's your peer. I'm putting on a helmet with you. Yeah, you got a whole lot of legacy on the sideline that really won't get the respect because they're the old man and I'm making millions of dollars. And I'm talking about Irvin, Aikman, and civilian and clothes. Them young boys ain't listening to them. But if you strapping up with me and in practice, and you respect me, and you say anything out of line, I come across your head with that helmet, bum. And boy, he'll be the LeBron of the NFL. This man bring the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. I don't like to talk Super Bowl.
Now, what you just said contradicts what you said. We're not asking them to do that. We don't need that from him. And now you just said if he does, it's not going to happen.
If he is on the Cowboys and the Cowboys make it to the NFC Championship game, eventually to the Super Bowl, and he's from Dallas, hometown, they are going to hoist him up. Even if he ain't got but 6 tackles in the season, they're going to create the story. Come on, man. He's going to look like the LeBron James. And everything he's done in the past is going to come into light about who he is as a player. It's not going to even have anything to do with his production. And if he has a production,
you better hope. You better hope what he was doing in Buffalo,
man.
You better hope what he was doing in Buffalo, which is being hurt, is not what he is this year.
You in the cold. Don't nobody want to play in Buffalo. Everybody be out in Buffalo faking injuries.
I'm telling you now.
Come on, man.
Y'all gonna regret when he's missing 8 games because he done pulled a hamstring.
Hey.
He don't rip the groin.
Guess what though? That hamstring gonna be hurt, and he gonna be in that meat room telling that young boy, if I was out there, this is what you need to do. Check this out. This dude right here, when he be blocking, I know what that is. He's not ready yet. I'm with that. I
need production on the field. I don't need you.
That's more than what
I don't need you just talking.
That's more than what the market will get him. We talking about a straight dog.
You know what you do with the dogs when they get old and unproductive?
You send them out of their You send Von Miller to the Hall of Fame. Von Miller not Hall of Fame? If Von Miller don't play this year, he's not Hall of Fame.
They'll put him in.
Thank you.
I could make an argument for why he wouldn't go.
Hey,
it hadn't been for
why he wouldn't go.
That's why his first 7 years is why he's gonna go. These past 7 are not.
How many have made it how many have made it to the Hall of Fame? You ain't talking about nobody but who? Jerry Rice? All his career, he did everything. Come on, man. Tom Brady. It's only a few.
I'm telling you, I'm not. Yeah, he's getting in. He's going. Yeah, he's going to get in, but he's not that caliber player right now. And I think a lot of Cowboy fans are thinking they got Von and he's going to.
No, that's not.
A lot of them that I'm listening to think that he's going to have the fountain.
No, that's not what we think.
He's going to light things up. He's not.
We know we got a dog in the locker room that's going to tell them boys what they need to do. That's it.
You know what they did? That dog Old Yeller, when he got old, they shot him because he wasn't any good. Von, check back with me. Check back with me in week 8. Check back with me week 8. and we're gonna look over and see what Vaughn has done and also what the Cowboys defense has done. Week 8. Week 8. Get at me. Week 8. Get at me.
Embarrassed you said what you said. Yeah. You're gonna be embarrassed. Straight up.
They're gonna call him instead of Von Miller, they're gonna be calling him Don Miller.
All right. So since we talking about old people, we're gonna move right along with all the signs pointing to Aaron Donald. Now watch it switch up.
37 and 31 is a difference.
Haven't played in a year or two. What's the difference?
Aaron Donald is arguably one of the top 3 defensive tackles that ever played the game.
Shout out
Von Miller is not.
Shout out to Aaron Donald. I'm not gonna dog you out, Aaron Donald, but what I'm gonna talk about is that I'm gonna talk about how he just switched up. Come on, man. Are you serious?
You cannot compare those two. You cannot.
I can't.
Nobody is arguing or debating that Von Miller. He's got 1.
How many Super Bowl wins Von Miller got?
He's got 2.
Okay, that's a comparison.
Nobody is saying Von Miller is the best or one of the top 5 in his position ever. Nobody's saying it. Aaron Donald, people are saying it. Aaron Donald has also been working out these past 2 years and is also 5 to 6 years younger. Donald is what, 30? I think he'll be 32.
Hold on. You can't
He's
compare.
5 years younger.
You can't compare? How many career sacks does Aaron Donald have?
He's got 110, I believe.
How many career sacks?
That's in 10 years.
How many does Von Miller have? And you say he only did something within 7.
In those 7, he had 7 double-digit sacks.
You said Von Miller only did something in 7. He got 138.5. You say we can't compare him.
That's overall. That's not in his first 7 years. That's overall. That's how many he had.
You said he only did something in 7 years. So he had a gang of them tackles in 7 years. He had a gang of them sacks in 7 years.
In his first 7 years, in his first 8 years, 7 of those years he had double-digit sacks. Aaron Donald had that done that in less. He had more sacks in the same period of game. And they're 2 different positions. You got one plays outside backer, and the other one is a D tackle.
28 above you at my position. I'm doing what I need to do at my position. I can see if they were closer. But what you think?
After another 2 years, they will.
What do you think Aaron Donald gonna do with Myles Garrett? That's the question. I just wanted you to contradict yourself, and I wanted people in podcast land to look at. First of all, let me get a disclaimer. Y'all know what this is about. He's a Steeler. He's a Steeler. Yeah, Pittsburgh Steeler.
All I'm saying is get ready for heartbreak.
You know what make it work? He a Pittsburgh Steeler from Atlanta. So you already know what this is about.
And you're a Cowboy from Tampa.
You already know what this is about.
But
two under you, and championships from the team I love versus the team you love, and 2 over you in hometown. Don't even talk about the Falcons to the Buccaneers. Do you want to go? No. Do you want to go Georgia? Do you want to go Georgia Tech? Talk to me about Aaron Donald. Don't do it now. Don't do it.
Donald comes back.
I want to let everybody know why you got this in your blood.
You got delusion in your blood, being a Cowboy fan.
Oh, now.
31 is loaded. Now, as far as Aaron Donald lined up next to Myles Garrett with what's his name, Young. outside backer. This could arguably be the best trio on the left side of a defense that we've seen since Tampa with
Hold on. I knew you were about to say them. Say somebody from Atlanta.
I'm not an Atlanta fan. It doesn't faze me. And also we know they don't have that. Ham, Green, and Holmes.
Can you say somebody since the Cowboys? You can. You can say Harvey Martin, Randy White, and Too Tall Jones. You can.
I can also say,
Nah.
but I think that this has the possibility of being. It's all contingent on Donald on Donald actually coming back, because it looks like he is, but he hasn't said officially. Yeah, but I think that he is. But with those three on that side, on the left side, and they all operating at their maximum capacity, you're talking about potentially 3 guys on the left side with 10 sacks or more. Because we've seen what Donald and Garrett do in the sack department. And what's his name? Young, I believe Young had 12 sacks last year off the left side.
I got a point.
Wow. I can't believe how these women are always wanting you to go on an expensive date for the first date. Man, you better put her in the DVs, the date vault on the plug card. If she won't go Dutch, she can't mean that much.
What's the softest division in the NFC? The softest.
In the NFC?
Be honest with yourself.
The South?
The softest. All 4 teams stack. 4 or 5 stack.
The South? The NFC South?
You tripping.
The NFC South?
Are you?
Falcons, soft. Carolina, soft. We talking tradition overall, soft. Tampa has been up and down, and the Saints. It's not like they've been world beaters. They got a whole lot of 79 and subpar seasons. There's a reason why they don't generally have repeat on division winners, because they all suck.
Historically, we can talk about the Tampa.
How far back you going?
Historically, we can talk about the Tampa 2. We can talk about the 79 defense. Historically, we can talk about Julius Peppers and Luke Kuechly just went into the Hall of Fame, and you still have I forgot the little linebacker name, and my boy that played with Luke Kuechly out of Miami. Dan Morgan, and my boy played with him. John Beeson. Historically, you can talk about the Saints, the triple guys at a linebacker, and Cameron, the Cameron guy that got all the sacks for the Saints. Talk about them, Cameron Jordan.
Are you talking about teams? Or are you talking about
now go to the NFC West. Go to the NFC West and tell me, outside of San Francisco, who had a dominating defense historically?
Seattle did.
Okay, Seattle. I gave you 3. I could have played with the Falcons a little bit, but they suck.
No, you couldn't.
I know it.
No, you couldn't.
Can you give me? I'm gonna give you.
Are you talking about defenses, or are you talking about teams in general?
Defenses.
Yeah, okay, because you said teams. You didn't say defenses.
Yeah, that's finesse. You know, the offense ain't nothing but finesse.
Yeah, okay, you talking about defenses is a little different. But
so
I don't think that.
So Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett out there in the NFC West with Arizona. I'm gonna give them Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
They got ass problem. San Francisco might wake up again. They still soft. They should have 100 and something sacks. All them sacks, 10 sacks apiece across the board in the NFC West.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That trio
that ain't be surprising.
You generally don't have a trio, two linemen and an outside backer who dominate and shut down one side of the field, which is what these 3 potentially could do. Because Young is young. He hadn't even hit his peak yet. He's only in his second, third year.
Myles Garrett coming from the AFC North. Do you think he's going to face anybody in his division that made him lose some sleep at night the way the AFC North did in the NFC West? You think he's going to think about somebody on Saturday night the way he thought about people on Saturday night?
Probably Trent Williams be the only one.
Thank you. I'm not. They're good. They're vaunted Hall of Famers. Am I going to pump them up because they're in the NFC West? Absolutely not.
when they come to town, those three, if they're all clicking, you're looking at possibly the most dominant trio on one side of the field that in that front seven that we've ever seen, possibly.
I'll even give Clyde, Jerome, and Reggie they prop. That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
That's not the trio though. The trio is those two linemen lined up next to each other, flanked by their outside backer. That's the trio I'm talking about.
Okay. Who was the linebacker?
That's why I said
the linebacker for Philadelphia. Jerome Brown. And
Seth Jordan was on the inside, so he wasn't outside.
So who was on the outside?
Seth wasn't special. He was good, but he wasn't special. That's why I said. That's why I said that trio. That's why I said that trio of Sapp, Rice, and Brooks.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
That could be the best one since them, and I'm basing it on Donald coming back, and if Young continues what he did last year, because he was only in his second year. Everybody they play is not soft. You can't. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you try a hot take. I'm not gonna let you try to be a Cowboy.
Hot take. Historically. The NFC West has had, I'm going to give them two teams with Seattle. But historically, you're supposed to draft for the team in your division. San Francisco was drafting all them years for the Cowboys. Seattle was drafting to beat the Cowboys in them play years, all them years they were doing that, and they wanted to beat, who was that? San Francisco. They was drafting to beat San Francisco.
Yeah, that was it. But those been the only two, and then they both had to contend with the Rams when the Rams were doing their thing.
I can't give them that.
When the Rams were doing their thing, it wasn't their defense; it was the offense. But when the Rams were doing their thing, they were giving everybody else in their division a headache. Week in and week out.
NFC West. That's what y'all built on.
Good job. But I think y'all got to play them this year, so we'll see. Doesn't Dallas play the Rams this year?
Well, that's a home game, no matter where they play.
All right, so we're gonna see what y'all do with them.
I hope we're
gonna see what y'all do with them.
I hope we got to go.
Since you want to say they soft.
Yeah,
since you want to say they soft, we're gonna see what they do.
Soft, just like their stadium name, Sophie.
We're gonna see what y'all do.
You step on them jokers, man. We be stepping on them. Matter of fact, when Aaron Donald was out there, we used to step on that joker. We always were the one that exposed he couldn't handle the run. Now, I don't want to play Garrett like that. I don't want to play that game. I don't really want to play like that with Aaron Donald, but I'm just saying.
Look at those. Look at what that trio does this year. If that trio comes to fruition, look at what they do and see what that left side of that defense looks like. I'm just saying that left side of that defense.
Hot take. Anybody want to bet me? Cowboys have a higher ranked defense than the Los Angeles Rams if Aaron Donald comes.
What you want to put up? How many cases of Mountain Dew? How many cases of Coke?
Okay.
How many wings?
I'm with that.
How many wings from quick visits?
I just think they soft.
Yeah. How many wings from quick visits?
Straight up. Magic City wing. You ain't gonna get them some clothes from quick visits. We're gonna talk about it. It's on though. Okay. It's on. We're gonna shake on it. Put your hand up here. Boom. It's on. And anybody else in the chat want to get in here? Come on. I'm with that.
I want mine hot. I'm gonna tell you now, I want my 20-piece hot with lemon pepper sprinkles.
You gonna want. Y'all on the clock, Cowboys. I don't put it out there. This is only the Rams. Only the Rams. This is only the Rams, man. Hey, all right, let's move right along. You know what, man? And before I move along, I just want to say we are headed into what is the second hour. I've been talking a lot. We are headed into the second hour of No Jazz Show. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And you can find us on YouTube at No Jazz Show. And all the links are on our Facebook pages. RUSSLLTANKER. My page, DUPONTNIVEKZ. No, whatever it is, you'll find it. Second. Lowercase No Jazz and uppercase No Jazz on the business page. We on live streaming on Kick, live streaming on Twitch and TikTok. Now that I've said all of that, I want to get to it. Jayden Daniels. I hope any of my new female subscribers aren't watching. Y'all watching? If you all are watching, it's 11:17 Eastern Standard Time. I'm begging you, please go to bed.
leave the show playing so we get the views.
Yeah. You can watch it in the morning and hit me up about it or whatever you need to do, but it may get a wee bit. And see, I didn't want to talk, but I'm going to touch on it. When we was talking about the Lakers, I didn't want to get into Jeannie Buss running the company, and that's why I sold now. But I'm not going to get into that. All I'm telling you is this: if I tread into the area of the M word, and I don't mean mother, even though I'm about to talk about somebody's mama. If I tread into that little area, don't hold it against me. But as I was saying, does Jayden Daniels need to leave this Jersey Gate business where he's asking LSU and putting cease and desist out on LSU for wearing his number 5 jersey as if he has a chokehold on the jersey for life? And he says his team and his camp is the ones telling him to do all this. And I do believe it's people behind him, because I think he just wants to play football. But what do you think they need to do about that?
If he's saying that's his team, his camp, who are doing that, he needs to tell them to stop it. Because this is one of the dumbest, most stupid things I ever heard in my life.
Speak your mind.
You saying you don't want anybody else wearing number 5. You're saying, hey, they disrespected me because nobody's worn Joe Burrow's number. Nobody's wearing Billy Cannon's number. We all won the Heisman. All 3 of you all won the Heisman. But you're the only one of those 3 who didn't win the national championship. That means something. You just won the Heisman. Yes, that's a great accomplishment. You know how many people won the Heisman and didn't win the national championship? You're not special. You're not that special.
I can think of some that won the Heisman and made it to the national championship game.
Right.
At least. Talk.
LSU does not retire jerseys. They don't retire numbers. So Cannon's number is not retired. Neither is Burrow. And best believe if the right recruit comes up and says, hey, I want to wear number 8, they are not going to say, no, you can't wear number 8. You're the number 5. You're number 1 recruited and the 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. And you have everything that anybody could ever want in a quarterback. But we're not going to let you wear number 8. So you're going to have to go to another school. I don't think that's going to happen. If the right guy comes along and says, I want to wear number 8, that's what I've worn that all my life. That's what I want to wear. And if I can't wear that number, I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't think they're going to say, well, you can go somewhere else. That number's coming down. Same with your number. This Pickett has worn number 5 since he was playing Pop Warner. People get attached to their numbers. They like their numbers. They get attached to it. So who are you when the number hasn't been retired to say, y'all can't, I don't want him or anybody else to wear it, and I think I'm being disrespected. You know how many people who won the Heisman in the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, somebody else is wearing that number?
Sometimes it takes but you're right.
So for you to, if you had done something like Cam, I could understand if you say, I don't think anybody needs to be wearing number 2 because what I did in that number is one of one.
Let me even say something about the dude that wanted to come wear number 2.
Yeah. Cam is one of one. Joe Burrow had arguably the greatest season ever for a quarterback in college football. For everything, all of his numbers. I don't give a damn about who he was playing with. It doesn't matter who you're playing with if you can't do your job. Okay? You've got to do your job also.
You over there choking on all that hating you were doing earlier?
Yeah, so he needs to stop it. He needs to be concerned with what he's doing on the field. He needs to be concerned with not becoming the next RG3. Because
thank you.
That's what he needs to be concerned with. That's not a shot at RG3. He got hurt and was never able to get back right. He needs to make sure that doesn't happen to him. And
what you're saying is he had that great rookie year.
Yeah. Got hurt, and the next year completely different, and he never was allowed or never did recover. So, your trajectory right now is like this because you didn't play well last year. You were hurt, but you didn't play well. You didn't make good decisions last year. So don't concern yourself with that number. And also, you're saying you don't want them to use your name, image, and likeness anymore. Okay, if you want to be that way, you can. If they say, okay, we aren't going to even go to court because sending the cease and desist letter is not a legal document. That's just you basically saying, hey,
right,
don't use that anymore. And they can say, man, f you, we're going to use it. And then you got to try to say, okay, we're going to go to court to see if we can stop you. Even though when you sign your scholarship, you are signing away your name, image, and likeness to be used for eternity. That's what the scholarship papers say about them being able to use your likeness.
Does it? They get to use it. Does he still make money for eternity off of it? And are they losing money?
Yes, he gets paid off. The difference in the NIL, and we're not talking about NIL like everybody's talking about, oh, I got paid this year. We're talking about your actual name, image, and likeness being used forever. Previously, before this deal came about, schools could use it forever and you never got compensated. Now you have to get compensated for them using it. Because if you remember, there was college football and there was also a different NFL football video game where they didn't have the rights to use the person's name. So they would just put the number, or they would put running for, let's say for Warwick Dunn, it would say running back 28.
Right.
Because they couldn't use any of that.
Because of it. Like he's still getting paid. Right. Right.
Yeah. So if you want to cut yourself out of that, okay, well, when we pay homage to all of our former Heisman Trophy winners, we'll take a picture. We'll put Burrow's picture up on everything football related, and we'll put Billy Cannon's picture up on everything football related. We're not gonna put yours up because we can't, because we're not using it. So you're basically telling them to erase you from their history. That's what you're doing by telling them you want them to cease and desist using. Because that means you will not appear anywhere in any literature about from the school, from the program. Your picture won't be anywhere. Your jersey number, your jersey with your name on it won't be anywhere. There won't be any statues up of you. There would be nothing. You will literally be erased from their history. If that's what you want to do, you go right ahead. Exactly. You go right ahead and do something stupid like that. So yeah, you need to cut that mess out. While we're at it, before I let you take the floor, you need to talk to your mama and say, look, you can be my mother, but you don't need to be in my personal life the way you are, trying to see who I'm dating or or whatnot, or trying to weed everybody out. Nor do you need to, if you're gonna be my business manager, be my business manager. But you need to talk to me about things that are going on instead of just going out and doing stuff. Just like she said earlier, she's worked too hard for, she's trying to protect what she worked so hard for. No, you didn't work hard for that. You did your job as a mother. All this stuff that he accomplished, He did. That's on the.
You
That's
throwing
off
spirals
his
at
back.
the 20-yard line.
Exactly. She wasn't taking those hits. She wasn't trans. She didn't.
She didn't throw no. She didn't
She
throw no.
had a spot. They gave her offers at ASU.
She was throwing. Was she throwing spirals through the tire in the back?
Was she catching passes? Was she running laps? Was she in the gym? Was she lifting weights? Was she going over the playbook? I mean, I think that he needs to. It's just weird. Not just it's her overstepping her boundaries, but it's just weird her talking about and trying to get into. The boy is 24 years old. Let him make his own decision. You can guide him or you can give him your insight, but like a former girlfriend here said, that's the reason why they broke up, because mama was all in the business. I mean,
First Oedipus.
she really needs to be. I tell you who we don't see, except when it's contract time, they were discussing contracts. We don't see Lamar Jackson's mama all in the video, all in practice. We don't see that. I don't know what Lamar's mom looks like. Matter of fact, I can't even remember what her name is. I just know that she is involved. Yeah, I just know she's involved with him as his agent as far as negotiating the contract. Everything else, I don't know.
She ain't light skinned either.
Yeah, I don't see all that. I don't know anything about her.
That be that light skinned mom stuff. Maybe one day she's gonna jump out on the field and ain't gonna do it like LeBron had to do his mama. Go sit down.
Yeah. Matter of fact, when's the last time you saw Lamar's mama running down after on the field or running all that after a game and anything?
A high school tape. All your food delivery needs. Make sure you go to Light Snack. That's LYTE snack.com. And make sure for all your deliveries, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you visit Light Snack and they'll deliver it right to your door. And make sure when you get those deliveries, make sure you're ordering those Magic City wings. And remember, their motto, don't forget to lick the sauce.
Yeah, but Jalen's mom wants to be everywhere. And no, if you stay in your place as far as what you, not just as my mom, but also as my manager. Everybody else's agent is not all in videos all the time, trying to be all dancing and everything after things are done. They're only there and they only being shown when they actually need to be. Like, hey, here's the contract. Now he's signing it. We're happy. Or, well, we're negotiating right now. I'll take those questions. Please leave my client alone. So yeah, she needs to step back a little bit. She doesn't need to be the focal point. We don't need to know who Jayden's mom is.
40, right? So she still thinks she out to try. That's why she's trying to be in the limelight. She thinks she's John Moran.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know. You are not Tasha Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to be Tasha Mac. That's all it is. You watch too much game. You watch too much game on UPN or whatever channel that was, and you wanted to be Tasha Mac. That's all that is. Now you think you about to ascend to the ranks and control his sex drive? I'm not against the money. There's some vultures out there. And you got some nice looking women in DC. I give you that. But you need to get out the way. As we say to a lot of sons who have those mothers, take your titty out of man's mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's him thinking that. I think he's just like anybody else. Y'all go to him, y'all ask him what's going on and make him aware of what's going on, and he probably has the same simple answer. Mama, I just want to play football. Mama, I just want to concentrate on what's going on with them Commandos this year. We might have a good thing going. I have me a new receiver, and I got a tandem that could be pretty good. I need to be concentrating on that. Why am I worried about what was going on in Baton Rouge. Why? Is that still my legacy? Is that still where my name being branded? And I'm not talking about your name being branded because of LSU. I'm talking about, is that where your name still being branded up in lights?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to win a national championship trophy? Or you trying to win a Vince Lombardi trophy? Where's your concentration? Shouldn't you be worrying about the sales of number 5 on NFL.com? Just like I said in my video, boy. You're supposed to be a Tiger, but y'all here acting like Cringer. And I don't think that's you. I think that's your mama.
It's ridiculous.
You are not Tasha Mac.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Did you go, if he was working at IBM or if he was working
Yes, she
somewhere
seemed
else,
like that type.
yeah. Well, my son said y'all only gave him 30 minutes for lunch. He should be getting an hour for lunch. You and your son
Why
can
you
both
gotta walk
leave.
to the water machine, son? You need a cubicle closer to the water machine.
You can't be a helicopter parent, particularly after your son is moved into, is now a professional, because they can decide, oh, we love your talent, we love what you're able to do on the field, but your mama is getting on our damn nerves, and we can't get things done because we got to worry about her acting a fool all the time. We got to worry about, is your mom getting upset over something we did? Well, why did y'all bench him? Why did y'all bench him? He was about to set the Commanders single game passing record, but y'all had him handing the ball off the last 3 plays.
You know what that do though, right? Let me tell you what that does. What was my boy, the cornerback? Had that wife that was always in the mix.
Brent Grimes.
Brent Grimes. When you got that woman, it's always hovering over your head, or you got that camp, your injury might not be that bad. You might have had 1 or 2 bad games, but they will insert people in your place off the politics if we got to deal with somebody we don't want to deal with that's behind you. That's the politics of the game. You can be arguing, you still got it, and you're not getting a chance and have a legitimate argument. They don't have to tell you why we don't want you in our camp, but you're going to be able to look across that couch and say, Mama, you're doing too much. And I really don't know what's going on in the camp. But she does put herself in a position to make people look that it might be her.
Yeah. Just like the picture at training camp, and some people, well, it's his mom. Was it really necessary for her to come out on the field and jump on his back to get the piggyback ride across?
See, that's what you think. That's the type of stuff you think will be going on with the Lakers. Now that Disney own it, that's what you arguing about.
Yeah, I mean,
a piggyback ride at camp.
I mean, if it was your child, I can understand it. Yeah, your mom. I mean, maybe even his first day of camp, his rookie year, because they just excited that he made it, and that one day, the first day of camp, she was my son, yes, you did it, baby, you did it. And after that, hey, I can walk across the field myself.
Hey.
What if everybody mama out there on the field jumping on their back going across the training camp?
See, that's another thing. Everybody mama won't do that, but there is a psychology of women that say, especially in the wife game, there is a psychology of women that just say, why she get to do that and I can't? Don't even want to do it. Has no interest in doing it. You're interested because she did it.
Yeah. Why can't I do it?
Why can't I do it? I'm not even saying I want to do it. Why can't I do it? You don't want people asking you them questions. You don't want to be in the marketing department, in the public relations department, having to deal with them types of monsters outside of what's going on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night. You don't want all that. You don't want that.
They need to have a talk and establish some professional boundaries.
Man, hey, and I'm here to tell you, boy, if you let that monster keep growing, she gonna end up like Raquel Thomas. You're gonna end up like Sissy Saint. You're gonna end up like Tasha St. Patrick. We don't need all that out on our field.
Yeah, we
Like
don't.
I said, for the last time. You are not Tasha Mac. Let it go. Let it go. Now, moving right along. I like this last one because we're going to close with this one before our final word. And I'm not going to get into the trial, but I just want to say this. With the start of the Tupac trial, finally, going on. And this has been an unsolved mystery. I know y'all seen plenty of the videos and the movies and all of the documentaries. Maybe it'll come to light. Maybe they're about to waste the taxpayers' money. I don't know. But nevertheless, it has triggered me from a sports-related aspect to wonder, with this being an unsolved mystery, are there any plays in history that you feel are still to this day, it got called wrong at that time, whether it was positive or negative, and it remains an unsolved mystery to this day? I know one. I'm going to let Tank go first. If he names my one, we're going to just stay on that. Because it's the biggest one ever.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that one is low. Well, the one that I had would be low hanging fruit, but it to this day it irks a certain fan base, and they will argue to
Any
the
sport?
death. Huh?
Any sport? I mean, any
Yeah.
levels?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It irks them to this day. The coach of that team died pissed off and would not discuss it because he was that angry still. The owner of that team died with a scowl on his face because he feels they were robbed. 1972, the Immaculate Reception between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders. That one is low-hanging fruit, but it's the biggest one. I mean, the film has been examined more than the Zapruder film of Kennedy's assassination. Raider fans who weren't even born would tell you that that was an incomplete pass. They will all tell you that. And for them, that's a mystery that will never be. The only way that they still won't believe it. They could die and go to heaven, and God himself could tell them, hey, that was a legal completed pass. And they would still say, oh, yeah, you saying that because you're a Steelers fan. They wouldn't say, well, you're right. I got people that I know who weren't born and would complain about that play and still talk about it. Man, we would have won the Super Bowl that year if it wouldn't have been for that bad call.
They would play the Vikings. They would play the Vikings. Vikings would have beat them.
They still say that.
They played, but they would beat them.
Yeah. And the other one, I'm gonna give it a 2 for 1. And then there's another one, but I think you might call them. But 79, Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Houston Oilers in the AFC Championship game. Mel Renfro caught the ball, but they ruled it incomplete. Said he was out of bounds, and they showed the instant replay. They actually used instant replay for the first time ever, even though they don't admit to doing it, and they called it incomplete. But they say Steelers fans tell you it was incomplete. Every Oilers fan, the Love Your Blue era would tell you Renfro caught that pass, and that's the reason why the Steelers went on to the Super Bowl. So yeah, those two, regardless of how you slice it, regardless of what the ruling was, that fan base, that team's fan base, and people who don't like the Steelers would tell you there was a robbery.
It was. You know that ball hit. I'm about to give you one, though, baby. I'm going to give you 3. Heartbreaker. And all 3, 2 definitely, linger. One don't linger as much because of who it happened. You know what? It might linger in Utah, but I don't go to Utah that often to find out. Matter of fact, I don't go to Utah at all. You know what I'm saying?
You should
But anyway,
check out Zion National Park. It's very nice.
we're gonna check that out. Yeah, Zion National Park. Put that in the pad. Now, I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go in this order. Ohio State, Miami.
Ooh.
That phantom call on a game on a to even referee that is a crime. If he didn't get it, he didn't get it. He catch it or he don't. You call that man, was it Merriweather? You call that man for a pass interference that didn't happen. And they hand checking each other. You give them another play and you hurt the opportunity for the back-to-back national championship for the University of Miami Hurricanes. You look at that video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. No one can see where the flag was supposed to be except in the state of Ohio.
Also the fact that after the play and they were celebrating, yes, the flag was thrown.
Oh, you see how late it was?
That is the
That was all that had maybe text messages and phones was out there. That had hey, you know what to do. Really? Okay. That had that all over it. But I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Breathe on that. We kind of got redemption. This past year, so I'm gonna let it go. Now I'm about to go over here to Utah. Because I know the people in Utah, especially Byron Russell. Even though you trying to make an excuse, and I really want to find out what you were doing the other 43 points. Because he scored 45.
Mm-hmm.
But all you want to harp on and argue about is it was a push-off. He did kind of wrap his hand around him. He did kind of,
threw him out the club.
Yeah, he kind of threw him out the club. It was a pimp mush on the hill. Sometimes your pimp slap him and you put a mush in it. It kind of was a little pimp mush. But it was said to be out of the sight of the referee, who was right there.
I was looking over here.
What the referee was doing was the referee knew this was about to be a game-winning moment. And he looked to the side to make sure his wife had the camera ready. Because he wanted to make sure if you get this shot, this would be worth more than anything we have right now. That's all he was concentrating on. So he looked to make sure she was on cue. She was. And he missed the little, the little mush. Jordan was sitting on the toilet and somebody came in and he didn't know they were home. He closed the door real fast. That's really what it was. Now, the saddest one ever, to the point where by rule today, he caught it. And I'm going to go over it. The receiver must possess the ball, make a football move, and come down to the ground with control of the ball. The ball even, and I'm going to hit you with a double dose. The ball even had an element of the, check out what I do, Tank. It had an element of the Burt Emanuel rule in it. On the come down. You remember that one?
Huh?
Now you can catch the ball and it can hit the ground long. You got control of it, right?
Right.
It even had and that rule was in place. It even had an element of the Burt Emanuel rule. But the truth of the matter is the Burt Emanuel rule didn't even matter because the ball never touched the ground. It hit the inside of his elbow and bounced up, regaining control and possession, never stepping out of bounds. Everything about that catch today, and they call it, Dez caught it.
I remember that one. And, I can't stand the Cowboys. So I was glad that it went the way that it went. But at the same time, I looked and I said, man, he caught the ball. I mean, it was a catch. I was glad that they lost, but that was a catch. And I didn't understand how they said it wasn't. Because he made a football move also. But that just goes to show that back then and even now, they still don't know what a catch is.
It's a mystery. It was more of a catch than the one they gave to Calvin Johnson. And they gave that one to him.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the biggest unsolved mystery to me. And I don't want to harp on that, but I will say this. As a football fan, DeMarco Murray had 2 fumbles. If you don't lose control of the ball, one got away and one you fumble. If you don't lose control of the ball, you got a 40-yard break.
Mm-hmm.
And Dez, hero ball. Had time on the clock. Won the last play of the game. You catch it and come down with it, we good. Let her run another play. But your football instinct said, catch, let me be athletic and turn and do a dive. And that was just too much for some people in Green Bay. And just like anything else, it was a pause because it was ruled a catch on the field. It was overturned. They text somebody, we might need to look at that.
Yeah, that was they robbed him. They robbed him.
And you happy.
Yeah, I was anytime Dallas loses, I'm happy. Now they can be done wrong and not acknowledge it, but I'll still be glad that it happened.
Now, having said all that, because I'm not even about to get involved in him doing what, leave it alone. Let me just let it go. You know, I don't like your topics tonight. I just talked about 2 things that I found.
That's why we love the game.
Man, I might have some nightmares tonight. But anyway, man, Tank, give your final words.
But one, I want to throw out a little stat, and then I get
Yeah. Hold on. My bad.
He all shook up.
Yeah, I'm all shook up. I'm so shook up. I forgot to discuss the fact that Deebo Samuel is back with the San Francisco 49ers, and we need to discuss the rushing wide receiver.
Deebo, when he wanted to renegotiate the contract, he wanted to get paid for the workload that he did, because not only did they use him as a wide receiver in Frisco, but they also used him to carry the ball as a running back quite often. Now, they didn't want to pay him for that, but Deebo has never been an elite receiver. He's only got 1,000 yards receiving a year, and that was 1,400 yards. That was his highlight. That was his breakthrough year. Now, he went to Washington last year. They didn't use him as much, but they used him. They still gave him a few carries. Deebo has 1,200 and something yards rushing as a wide receiver. You think about that. A wide receiver, he's 8 years in the league, 1,200 yards rushing. That's a lot of yards for a wide receiver.
It really is.
You know, and
A lot
you
more
would think,
running backs.
yeah, so he's getting the ball. He's running a lot, because I think Jerry Rice has maybe 400 some yards, and that's over a 20-year career. But I was thinking about it when they signed him, and how he's used. I said, I wonder if he can use that as far as this when he's trying to renegotiate, trying to get a new contract. If they signed him for a long-term deal after this year, like, hey, you know how many yards I got rushing also, so it's not like I'm just a gadget player. And I was thinking, man, he might be the leading rusher as far as receivers in NFL history. But no, he isn't.
Wow.
The leading rusher in the NFL history as a wide receiver is, check this now, because he's got nearly the same amount of receiving yards. And he was a first-round draft pick. Tavon Austin with 1,361 yards, I believe.
Recent.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were about to say somebody like Don Amici.
Yeah, Tavon Austin. With this year, if Kyle uses him the way he's been always used him, he can now be the leading rusher in NFL history amongst wide receivers, which is a crazy stat. And it's crazy to even think about wide receiver rushing yards.
You know what's even crazier is he could have been a gadget guy, and they put him out the backfield to get some rushes, but I guess the offense didn't him to get that at that time. My main man, I'll tell you his name. That's a shame. Devin Hester. You would think because Devin got placed at wide receiver because he couldn't play DB and it made him an athlete. He did okay at wide receiver, but maybe if they had some gadget plays for him, he's not a small guy. And
he's
short,
sturdy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then what is the young man out of Tennessee that played in Atlanta?
Out of Tennessee that played in Atlanta. Wait a minute. Fearless Price?
No. Oh. Recent, kind of recent. You know, and all the little gadgets.
Ugh, this is taking forever. Yeah, I can't figure out who owes what. Wait, what's this? The plug card? Instantly? Yes. No more chasing money.
Be doing little running plays too.
Cordell
Patterson. Like he should be moving up and down, you know.
Because but he's way down the list. He's not even in the top 5.
He ain't in the top 5. Now where was Eric and Terry? But Terry was a running back though.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Eric listed as a wide receiver.
Yeah, Eric started as a running back, but then they moved him strictly to wide receiver. That's why he's not listed there because once the Falcons moved him to wide receiver, he wasn't lined up in the backfield.
And what's crazy is Dante Hall started as a running back, moved out to wide receiver, kick return, punt return.
Yeah, he didn't do anything on offense.
He ain't doing anything on offense. That is something. So Tavon Austin, very exciting player in college.
Yeah.
You think he called to California and told him was he at California?
Tavon went to no, it wasn't Cal. It was was it West?
No, Deshaun went to Cal.
Deshaun went to Cal.
Tavon, was he Oregon?
Tavon was, I want to say West Virginia.
Yeah, I knew he was doing them colors. West Virginia sound about right. All right. Well, Tavon Austin. Record could be broken by Deebo Samuel this season if they use him correctly. Now, with that being said, we move into this last and final hour on this run. He said, fuck the state pen, fuck hoes at Penn State. Well, I thought that was like one of the hardest lines. So I can only imagine if the great Notorious B.I.G., one of our greatest lyricists of all time, was still with us to be aware of the drug bust that went on at Penn State the other day. I'm talking about a whole ring or operation.
Tyreek behind it.
And I believe it was Braden and his brother. But it was Penn State's Augustino Abatiello and Thomas Robinson were the leaders of the two fraternities. Now here's all I'm saying about this, because it's not about a drug bust, and it's not about the fact that it's a drug bust. Here's what it is. And I know people hate to do this, and I know we don't like to make things black and white, but fair is fair. Fair is fair. And ever since as many pictures as this man took, how dark Time Life magazine made OJ picture look, it made people look at the way the media portrays black people when they do crimes and white people when they do crimes in media. And that's what I'm talking about. The pictures that they took of these guys, these are Scarface's, Tony Montana's sons. They was moving dope. Y'all go read the report. Them boys was moving. Future say, hey, young man, move that dope, boy. That's them, boy. For real. Them boys was moving cocaine, heavy, had it running all through Penn State. But the photos that they show of them, they look like straight college students. They look like my son would never do that.
Make
Let
them
them
look
look
innocent.
like me and you.
All of a sudden, look real menacing. Like, yeah, I know
Boy,
they did it.
they would have put the Penn State kind of. It's not Ivy League, but it's getting
It's
up there.
prestigious.
It's
Yeah.
prestigious. That's why when that whole Joe Paterno thing going on, they were looking kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But at any rate, they had them boys looking like choir boys. If that would have been some brothers, they could have had Denzel Washington haircuts, but they would have put some locks on them and some gold teeth. They would have AI'd them up. And that's my whole point tonight. That's my final word. If y'all gonna make the crime fit the face for everybody, these boys need to look like Scarface, because they were moving Scarface weight. Don't be racially biased on media when it comes to this type of stuff. Keep it fair across the board. If there are some young black men who committed a crime, and we're not telling you to disregard the crime, but if there are some young black men that committed a crime, when you portray them in the media, be as fair to them and what their parents didn't know about them, because I'm pretty sure their parents might not have known them boys was moving weight like that.
You know, my son was part of the cartel.
Man, so be fair. That's all I'm saying. That's the real racism to me. Racism has never been, to me, about what people can do that you can't do. It's what you allow certain people to get away with that you won't allow me to get away with. It's the time you give them compared to the time you give me for the same exact crimes. Them boys look like they were going to church. I know that ain't the booking that they had on Central Booking. I know that ain't the booking UPI and AP. I know them on the only picture UPI and AP. With all them drugs they was moving, they had a table full of mountains. I know they were hitting it. You don't want to show that photo. You don't want to show that photo at all. But anyway, those are my final words. Again, fuck the state pen, but they going.
Yeah. If you want to treat everybody right, just make sure you take all of their booking pictures so they all look like Dallas Cowboys. See y'all next week.
This has been a No Jazz Show. Thank you all for coming out. Make sure you join us Tuesday nights between the hours of 10 and 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, 7 and 7:15 Pacific. For them people out there who like to be in that hot weather. Well, we got some humidity over here too, so let me stop lying about that. But at any rate, you can find us on YouTube, No Jazz Show, Facebook, all the places. Lower cap, No Jazz, uppercase, No Jazz on the business page. We're on Twitch, X, Instagram, No Jazz Show, spelled the same way, 3 S's. What I forget?
YouTube.
I did say YouTube. Well, anyway,
YouTube,
YouTube at No Jazz Show. Thank you all for I think we gained over the weekend about 5 subscribers, man. I love y'all, boy. I love y'all for telling me what y'all told me and that y'all watching and y'all be supporting. It's a good thing, man. You brought tears to my eye when you told me what you told me. You told me that you love me. You told me you subscribing. That's what's up. Y'all deserve every shout out I'm giving y'all right now. That is what's up. I love it. Tank, do what we always do around this time.
Forget my 20-piece wing.
You just watched another episode of No Jazz. Follow us on YouTube at No Jazz Show. And make sure you hit us up on Twitter at No Jazz Show. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram at noj.a.s.s. Follow us on Facebook on our Facebook page at No Jazz Show. All right? See you soon.